Alright guys, JK Fitness 151 here, and today's video is going to be all about five things that you are doing wrong or mistakes you may be making at the gym. And believe it or not, there's probably hundreds, but these are the most common ones, and these are the ones that as a PT, as a personal trainer, you want to stop happening. So the first one is doing too much cardio. So it is great like to go on treadmill like as a warm up, but if you're wanting to lose weight, for example, you're not really going to lose much weight on a treadmill. Like, yeah, fair enough, you might sort of slim down a little bit, but you won't be hitting the goals you're wanting if you just go on the treadmill. One concept to look at if you are wanting to lose weight is lift weights. Essentially that, especially for men these days. I mean, I've had a few clients who came over to me and said, I want to lose weight. I want to be able to lose weight. I'm on the treadmill all the time, but I'm just not losing weight. And I've said, okay, no worries. And you're on the treadmill all the time, yeah? And they say, yeah, I'm on the treadmill all the time. I'm saying, right, well, what you need to do is you need to start lifting weights. I said, have you ever heard the concept, fat turns to muscle and muscle turns to fat? I said, that's the concept we're looking at. Obviously, we're looking at turning fat to muscle. So what you need to do is you need to be lifting weights. I said, I'd recommend doing hypertrophy training. Not like hypertrophy. I was like, yeah, muscle mass. I said, that is a good way to do it. Both men and women can do that. Training towards losing weight, doing that. I've seen a lot of people that just go on the treadmill for about half an hour and they don't get anywhere. And it is horrible to see. So as a PT, I just want to go straight over there. If I could, I would help every single person in that gym if I could. I really would. I would say to them, oh, this is what you need to do. Oh, you thought of this? Oh yeah, so how's your training going? You know? That's one thing that I just absolutely love doing. That's one thing why I love being a personal trainer for. So, that is the first one. Too much cardio. And yes, a lot of people just absolutely hammer the treadmill. It's even worse because usually there's like TVs. Like these days there's TVs everywhere because, you know, especially with the Euros being on, tennis a lot. Loads of people just sit there on like the exercise bike and just watch the TV. And really, to me, the concept of watching the TV while you're at the gym isn't really a good fit. I know it's meant to be like a homely type of thing, so she just feels like you're in your own environment. But watching Tipping Point while I'm at the gym isn't really my cup of tea. Fair enough, I'd watch the football or the Euros or whatever would be on in terms of sport. That would get me motivated to want to do more. But watching Tipping Point, I'd rather have a biscuit or, you know, a cup of tea and a biscuit and watch that. I wouldn't want to come to the gym to watch that. However, it does work for some people, but that's going to help you get distracted. So that's another thing as well, being distracted, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. So that's the first one, too much cardio. So if you want to sort of lose weight in a sense, you need to firstly look at your diet, and then you need to look at adding some weight into that. Fair enough, you can go on the treadmill for about 10 minutes as a warm-up, or, you know, say if you want to go on the treadmill you can, but if your goal is specifically, like say, lose weight, yeah, fair enough, you might lose a little bit, but in the long run, to lose it properly, you know, people say I want to lose weight, but then what do you want to lose? Do you want to lose body fat? Do you want to lose what? You know, because there's a lot more to it than that, and that's a lot of things that people don't really sort of get specific about. So that's the first one, and now moving into number 2, which is taking too much rest. So how many people do you know that will take absolutely ages to rest? I used to be a bad one for this. Knowing when to rest in terms of when you're at the gym, and also after the gym as well. So like, say if you've done a very good session and, you know, you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm going to take a couple of days off, but you don't necessarily need to. Taking like 3 to 4 days off the gym, unless say like you've got an injury or unless you physically can't train for whatever reason, taking more than like a day off the gym or 2 days off the gym like in a row, well, say more 3, like taking 3 or more days off the gym in a row is sort of going to make your body go catabolic, and it's going to stop it from gaining, because the body isn't getting what it needs, type of thing, and it's getting too much rest and it's not getting worked enough. And especially if your sessions to start with aren't very strenuous, the likeliness is you're probably going to be stuck in a recurring cycle for a very long time. You're going to remain stagnant, and you don't want that. I really would not recommend taking more than like 2 or 3 days off the gym in a row. Ideally, to start off with, you could do 3 days on, 1 day off. So like say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on. But the thing is, you can be flexible with that, because I am. I do 3 days on, 1 day off, and then I'll do 2 days on, 1 day off, just because that's how my life and my routine goes. You could just do 2 days on, 1 day off, and do it that way if that would be easier. But don't take more than like 2 days rest. Don't have more than just 1 day at the gym as well, because your body's not really going to be gaining much from doing that. And again, that's another mistake a lot of people make. And in terms of resting time, when you're at the gym, so say if you're doing a hypertrophy, for example, and you've done your reps, and then like you stood there for about half an hour. Most people just get, they're on the phone all the time. I used to be bad at that. I used to be on my phone because I didn't quite know what I was working at first. And obviously as I got more into it and then obviously got to where I am now, I realised a lot of people do that. And it's not really advised to sort of do that. I like to be focused and in the zone when I come to the gym. And one way to help that, believe it or not, is to eat protein before you go to the gym. Because protein is drive and focus, and carbohydrates is either sleepy, happy. So, for example, I'm going on to a different rant now, but carbohydrates, have you ever been to the gym? You smash the carbohydrates, you've been to the gym or whatever, and have you actually felt like you want to put your absolute all into it, or do you just feel a little bit like, nah, it's alright, Whereas with protein, have protein before, and you're guaranteed to actually want to have a better workout because of the focus and the drive it does help to provide and aid your body with. So there's a tip for you. However, you need to know the resting times for that. So for hypertrophy, the resting times between 1 to 2 minutes, but some people take about 5 or 10, and your body's not really getting worked and fatigued enough, type of thing. And sometimes that could be because they're bored, they're doing the same routine. That could be for a number of reasons, but that is one mistake a lot of people make. So moving on to number 3 is lifting too light. Lifting really, really light is quite bad. It's a misconception that if you lift a light weight with high reps, you're going to get lean. Not necessarily, and it's what I was saying before about doing too much cardio. It kind of links in. If you want to tone up, that's fine, but again, you need to look at your diet as well. But yeah, lifting too light, a lot of people think, I'm going to lose weight by lifting very, very light weights, and it doesn't quite work like that. It could be the opposite. Your body's not getting worked, and it's not being as strenuous as it should be. And that's one big problem we don't want. Especially if you're training, you don't want that as your problem. So I'd recommend, again, looking into say maybe strength training or hypertrophy. Lifting a decent amount of weights for a decent amount of time gives you decent results. That's the way I see it. Or if you lift good weights and you've got good quality in all the things you do, you're going to gain. And you're going to lose. In fact, actually, you're going to gain, but you're going to lose as you gain, type of thing, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, that's one thing people don't understand. Because more muscle means faster metabolism. So, if you've got a lot of muscle on you, or say you've got more muscle than fat on you, you're most likely going to have a better metabolism. And because you've got a better metabolism, therefore, your training is going to make it a lot easier. And you will therefore, because you've got a faster metabolism, your food's being digested a lot faster and a lot easier, therefore you are going to be aided in losing weight, provided your diet is good as well, and your resting is good. If all them 3 things are really, really good, then you will see results. That is a key. You will start to see results. And then when you keep it up, you need to be able to keep progressing it every so often, because your body will adapt to it and get used to it. And we don't want that. We want to be able to keep working it. Yeah? Okay. So 3 down and 2 more to go. And we're firing through these. We are really firing through them. Right. So the next one is waiting for equipment. So how many people do you know that will just stand there and just wait for the equipment to come? You know, like, oh, there's somebody using the barbell. I can't do my workout because that was all based on that. For example, if somebody was doing a chest press, you know, somebody's doing that, and they're using the barbell, but you want to use it. A good thing to do is no alternatives. For me, I don't really use that. I use dumbbells because I find I get a better range of motion when I use the dumbbells. But that's more of an opinionated thing, but you need to have an alternative. If you want to have a good workout and you are serious in your training, don't let somebody who's on a machine stop you doing what you want to do. Majority of the time there's more than one machine at the gym that will work the same area, just maybe in a different way or a different action. So if it's going in, it might be coming out. But at the end of the day, if it's still working your chest, you're still getting that workout. And who knows, you might even like it better. You never know. So that's something to think about. For me, a lot of people at the gym, when I've been speaking to a lot of people, like clients who come in, a lot of them say, oh, well, today I can't use this, or today I can't use that. Usually I'd give them the offer of saying, well, we've got this room upstairs where you can have a one-to-one and you don't have to worry. So say if you do feel a bit anxious because of it, you don't want to ask, or you feel you're too small for the gym, you know, because there is some big people that come to the gym. If you feel a bit anxious or a bit nervous, a good one-to-one is key. And we also have rooms that are provided so that it's just one-to-one with you and the client. So again, you're getting the most out of the gym by doing that. But that's a different sort of thing. But say if somebody is using the barbell, try using dumbbells instead to do the same type of exercise. Believe it or not, there will be the same type of exercises. Chest press, for example. You might even find you like it better. You know, you might find, oh, this is better, this is a bit more freedom. And there you go. There is exactly one exercise replicated but in a different way. It's an alternative. These are the little things that you need to be thinking about when you come to the gym, especially if you want to do it seriously. These are little key things that you should take into consideration. Don't let somebody who's using a machine stop you doing your workout. That's the way I see it. Don't let anybody stop you doing your workout, especially if you've got a good routine going or you enjoy doing your own thing. Unless it's, say, a personal trainer coming around and sort of offering to train you or giving you advice and some guidance. If it's somebody who's using a machine that you want, try and find an alternative. That's the best thing to do. Try and find an alternative. Or, alternatively, if there isn't one or you can't think of a one, if you were working chest and back that day, go into a machine that's working your back, even if you've already done it, and then come back to that, and then continue your workout like that. You might be mixing it up a bit. It might even help you work out, to be honest with you. It might even help you work out. See, you've got to think the positives and the pros and the cons. And right now, there's a lot more pros than cons. And I've just listed a couple there. So finally, we go on to breakfast. Okay, it's a mistake a lot of people make, and a lot of people think, well, if I have cereal for breakfast, it's the best thing to have. And actually, no, it's not. Believe it or not, protein is the best thing to have on a morning. This is simply because of the fact the first 35 grams of protein that you have in your diet, and a little bit further what I was saying a little bit before about happy, sleepy and focus and drive. So yeah, the first 35 grams of protein in your diet go towards your digestive tract and also towards your immune system. And in essence, it can help you to feel fuller for longer because it is working your digestive tract. And have you ever watched a Weetabix advert where they've said, slow release energy, it'll last you for 6 hours? The amount of people I spoke to and said, so what do you have for breakfast? And they're like, oh, Weetabix. I'm like, try having protein. I said, the first mistake is that. I said, do you ever feel satisfied from 8 o'clock when you have your breakfast till 12 o'clock? And I was like, oh no, I'm always snacking in between, or I'm always feeling a bit more, but like I need to eat more. I said, here's one brilliant tip that you will come away with, and you'll love the gym because of it. And I said, that's because try having protein for your breakfast. So for example, try having eggs and bacon for your breakfast. Also accompany that with a bottle of water, because obviously a bottle of water keeps you hydrated, and it also helps to keep you satisfied. You do that, and I guarantee you, if you come back tomorrow, if you come back after 12 o'clock tomorrow, I will sit and have a chat with you, and you can tell me exactly how you feel. And then, I might even get you booked in for some sessions, because I want to train you. I want you to be the best person you can be. And I said, I've given you, I've showed you some exercise, and I've showed you this. Obviously not a lot of people take that on, but they know you know what you're talking about. And there's nothing better than when you see a client or somebody who's struggling, you go over and you show them how to do an exercise. There's nothing better than when they're coming out at the end and they're like, oh, God, what did you do to us? Because they're working properly and they're doing the right training. There's nothing better as a trainer. But yeah, try doing that on the morning. That is a brilliant thing to do. And I've started doing that for the past, I think it's about 2-3 weeks now. And I tell you what, I feel a lot better as a person because of it. And I feel a lot more satisfied as well on a day. Especially from say morning to like mid-afternoon. I feel really, really good. And that, my friends, wraps up 5 of the mistakes you make at the gym. And also, I've had a little bit of the 5th one was a bit of a one where it was more like what you do before the gym type of thing. But also it's a mistake a lot of people make. I'm not saying don't eat cereal if you don't like anything like that. But protein in the morning, whether it's from meat or whether it's from, say, if you're vegetarian or something like that, it might be a little bit more tricky. But obviously you know what your proteins are, and try and get them on the morning, and you will feel a lot better as a person. So that my friends is 5 tips or mistakes you could be making and how to put them right. So I know it's a Friday instead of a Wednesday when this is coming out, but I've been busy with clients, been busy with work. So that's that. But here's the video. It's all done and dusted. So yeah. And the next one, it might be next Wednesday, it might be next Friday. Either way, there will definitely be a video. And yeah, until then, thanks for watching.